Good morning, students. Welcome to our school online classes. Now, we completed two chapters. First one, arithmetic progression. Second, and coordinate geometry. First one, arithmetic, and second one, coordinate geometry. Both the two chapters both are one of the important chapters. Both are important chapters in our SLC annual exam point of. Arithmetic progression weightage is 4 to 5 marks, and coordinate geometry weightage is also I think 3 to 4 marks. Now one of the important and interesting chapter is quadratic equation. Okay, quadratic arithmetic progression and coordinate geometry. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ prepare ಆಗಿರಿ. Any time na test announce ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Be prepared. Both the chapters, arithmetic progression and coordinate geometry. So be prepared because I am going to conduct a test based on these two chapters. Now quadratic equation. So what is quadratic equation? What is quadratic equation? Okay, in the 9th standard, we are all learned the chapter polynomial. In 9th standard, we are all learned the chapter name polynomial. Okay, in that polynomial, different types of polynomial. Linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, like this. Okay, then ax plus c, it is linear polynomial. Ax square plus bx plus c, it is quadratic polynomial. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, it is cubic polynomial. Linear, quadratic, cubic. But in this chapter, in this particular quadratic equation, we are going to discuss about only quadratic. With the help quadratic. Quadratic means the degree of variable is how much? 2. If the degree of variable is 1, it is linear. If degree of variable 2, it is a quadratic. If the degree is 3, it is cubic. Now, in this chapter, we are going to consider only this quadratic polynomial. Only quadratic polynomial. So, what is quadratic? With the help of quadratic polynomial, we are going to represent a quadratic equation. With the help of this quadratic polynomial, this is the standard form of quadratic polynomial because its variable is x, its degree is 1, so its degree is 2. X square coefficient is a, x coefficient is b, constant term is c. This quadratic polynomial will be equal with 0. Now it is considered as quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. We call it, if any representation having is equal to sign, then only we have called it is a equation. ಯಾವುದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು equation ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ we need this sign, then only we are able to consider this is the one equation. Then only we are able to consider this one is the equation. Quadratic equation. What is quadratic equation? Quadratic polynomial is equal with 0, then considered as quadratic equation. Now it is quadratic. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Is equal to sign. If this representation is equal to sign, it is quadratic equation. This representation don't have any equal to sign, it is a quadratic polynomial. Is equal to this one is quadratic polynomial, this quadratic equation. This is quadratic polynomial. With is equal to 0, it is quadratic equation. Without is equal to 0, it is a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic means its variable degree is how much? 2. Variable degree is how much? 2. Variable degree is how much? 2. Now it is a quadratic equation. So it is a quadratic equation. It is a standard form of quadratic equation. So what is the use of quadratic equation? What is the use of quadratic equation? How we can solve this? Okay, let's consider. Now this is a small classroom. Now this is a small classroom. We have to find area of this classroom. We have to find the area of this classroom. Okay, with the help of this quadratic equation, we are able to find the area of this classroom with the help of quadratic equation. What the use of quadratic equation means? We are able to find the area of this classroom with the help of quadratic equation. Okay, let's consider. Now this is considered as length, this is considered as breadth. Okay, sorry, length and breadth. Length is questions have to be sometimes question in the form of statement. in this equation, sometimes the question in the form of statement, that statement we should consider in quadratic equation form, then we are to solve this quadratic equation. So how we can solve? Later we see we have how we can solve the quadratic equation. To solve a quadratic equation, we have different methods. First one, we are able to find the quadratic equation. We are able to solve the quadratic equation with the help of factorization method. Factorization method, completing the square method, quadratic with the help of factorization, with the help of completing the square, and another one is formula method. Innondu ide. With the help of graph also we are able to find the quadratic equation. But the old syllabus allettu, but in new syllabus ge kottilla, no problem. For this reason we have to consider only these three. We have to consider these three. How we can solve the quadratic equation? With the help of factorization method, with the help of completing the square method, with the help of formula method. We are able to solve this quadratic equation. Solve the quadratic equation. Okay. We are able to solve the quadratic equation with the help of these three methods: factorization, completing the square, and formula method. Factorization method already 9th kaltidini now in polynomials. Splitting the middle term, multiplication of first and last term, and splitting the middle term. Same method. Then what is quadratic equation? Quadratic equation means the quadratic polynomial is equal to 0. It is considered as quadratic equation. Standard form of quadratic equation is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. C nothing but constant term, b nothing but coefficient of x, a nothing but coefficient of x square. Okay. Now what situation is there? Here length and breadth. Length and breadth. Length is, we have to find this area with the help of quadratic equation. It means we should consider the statement in the form of quadratic equation. First, we should in entire this chapter, we should convert the situation in the form of quadratic equation. Then only we are able to find the value. We have to convert the entire situation in quadratic form. Then only we are able to solve the equation. Okay. Quadratic equation, we have to convert entire situation in only one variable, not two variable, only one variable. We have to convert entire situation in one variable, because ax square plus bx plus c variable x is here. Quadratic equation. Okay, it means entire situation we should convert in one variable. Now here length is 1 meter more than the breadth. Okay, length is 1 meter more than the breadth, and its area is 20 centimeter square. Area of the classroom is 20 centimeter square. Questions like this: area of the classroom is 20 centimeter square, and area of the classroom is 20 meter square. Area of the classroom is 20 meter square, and length is 1 meter more than the breadth. Find the value of length and breadth. Find the value of length and breadth. Is the questions kottidane. Find the value of length and breadth. Okay, area is this one. Okay, what is the area of this? Now this classroom is in the form of rectangle. What is the formula of rectangle to find the area? Length into breadth is equal to how much? 20 is given. Length into breadth is equal to how much? 20 it is given. Now we are going to convert the situation in the form of quadratic equation. Then only we are able to find the value of length and breadth. Then only we are able to find the value of length and breadth. Okay. Area of the class, area of the rectangle. It is in the shape of rectangle. What is the formula? What is the area to find the value of rectangle? Length into breadth is equal to 20. Now, length is 1 meter more than the breadth. Length is 1 meter more than the breadth. It means what is the value of breadth here? We don't know the value of breadth. For this reason, it is considered as x meter. Length is 1 meter more than the breadth. Length is 1 meter more than the breadth. Length, we are going to length is length. We are going to compare with the breadth, because length is 1 meter more than the breadth. What is the value of breadth here? We don't know the value of breadth. For this reason, it is considered as x. 1 meter more. 1 meter more means one just it is considered as x plus 1. 1 meter more. 1 meter less means minus x and x plus 1. What is the value of length here? Length is x plus 1, breadth is x is equal to 20. X into x square plus into plus 1 into x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now it is in the form of quadratic equation. Now it is form of quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. It means a value is 1, b value is 1, c value is minus 20. A value is 1, B value is 1, C value is minus 20. C value is minus 20. Now the entire situation in the form of quadratic equation. Then we are able to solve this quadratic equation, means indirectly we have to find the value of x. It means the value of x is considered as the roots of this quadratic equation. It means, so this is solve here use agreement. Then solve ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ x value. If we got x value means then f x value is like x value. If we got x value means we have to substitute the value of here x and x plus 1. If you substitute x value means it becomes breadth and x plus value becomes length. Therefore length and breadth value is different. How we can solve? With the help of factorization, with the help of quadratic or computing square method, with the help of formula method. Okay. If factorization already ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, remaining ಅದನ್ನ next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ. Now this is the entire situation is converted in the quadratic equation form, and this is in the form of quadratic equation. Next another situation. Okay. Now Sachin Saurav. Situation Sachin and Saurav. Sorry. Okay. Sachin and Arjun. Sachin and Arjun. Okay. Question like this. Sachin and Arjun. Sachin age is 30 years more than Arjun age. Situation is like this. Sachin age is 30 years more than Arjun age. Sachin age is 30 years more than Arjun age. Okay, 30 years more means it is plus 30. It is plus 30. And okay, it means what is the age of Arjun here? Age of Arjun is how much? We don't know. It means it is considered as x years. It is how much? X years. Arjun age is x years. Sachin age is 30 years more than Arjun age. More than means Arjun age is how much? X. More than 30 means it is considered as x plus 30 years. Okay, this is the first situation. And question is like this: the product of these two ages is 400. The product of these two ages is how much? 400. Product of Sachin and Arjun age is how much? 400. The product of Sachin and Saurav age is how much? 400. It means product Sachin age into Arjun age is equal to how much? Product means multiplication. Product means it is multiplication. Sachin age is how much? X plus 30. Why? Sachin age is 30 years more than Arjun age. Arjun age is considered as x. But these are x, you can take y, no problem. Sachin age is 30 years more than Arjun age. Arjun age is considered as x. 30 more means x plus 30. Therefore, Sachin age is x plus 30 and Arjun age is x is equal to product is how much? 400. Product means it is multiplication. X into x square plus into plus 30 plus 30x plus 400 becomes minus 400 is equal to 0. Now it is in the form of quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c. A value coefficient of x square is 1. B value coefficient of x is 30. Constant term. C value is minus 400. Now the situation in the form of quadratic equation. Then again we have to solve this quadratic equation. We are able to solve this quadratic equation with the help of three methods. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ಒಂದು solve ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ x value ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. Then we have to substitute these x values here. Then we will x value and y value. Sorry, x value will come. With the help of x only, we are able to find the value of Arjun age and Sachin age. X value substitute ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. X value how we can find? With the help of these three methods. In these three methods, we have to solve any one method. We have to accept any one method. Okay? With the help of that method, we are able to find the value of x. X nothing but indirectly it is value of Sachin and Saurav. Sorry, Arjun and Sachin age. Okay, right. Sachin and Arjun age. Okay, standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. What is the standard form of quadratic equation? Standard form of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And one important point, always a not equal to 0. A not equal to 0. A not equal to 0. This is the standard form of quadratic equation. This is the standard form of quadratic equation. A not equal to 0. A not equal to 0. Why A not equal to 0? One A is equal to 0. A is equal to 0. 0 into x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Anything into 0 is 0. 0 plus anything is anything. Therefore, bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, it is not a quadratic equation. It is a linear. It is not quadratic. It becomes linear. For this reason, always a value not equal to 0. It may be b value 0 or c value 0, but always in quadratic equation a value is not equal to 0. It means always coefficient of x square should be not equal to 0. It may be b value 0, it may be c value 0, no problem. But always coefficient of x square should be not equal to 0. Okay. Now standard form of quadratic equation is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. X square plus c is equal to bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay. Then we have to solve an example problem. An example problem here. Okay. Example problem. Here, first represent the following situation mathematically. Represent the situation mathematically. Represent this situation mathematically. Indirectly, we have to represent this situation in quadratic equation form. It means indirectly we have to represent this situation in quadratic equation form. Quadratic equation means always we should represent entire situation in one variable. Question is like this: Joan and Jeevanti together have 45 marbles. Joan and Jeevanti together have how many marbles? 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles. Both will lost how many marbles? 5 marbles each. And the product of the number of marbles, the product, important, keep in mind, the product of the number of marbles they now means present starting situation, and now have is 124. Now is 124. We would like to find the how many marbles they had to start with. Okay, it means the situation. Entire this situation we should convert in mathematical quadratic equation form. So John and Jeevanti have together how many marbles? 45 marbles. John and Jeevanti have together how many marbles? 45. John plus Jeevanti how many marbles? 45 marbles. And both was 5 marbles. Ibru 5 marbles na last ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. Okay, after losing 5 marbles, the product of John and Jeevanti marble is 124. When the product is not for first situation, after losing 5 marbles, the product of John and Jeevanti marble is how much? 124. Now one after losing 5. After losing 5 marbles, the product of John and Jeevanti marble is 124. Then find the John and Jeevanti marbles. Find in Amal Madunu. Then first we should represent this situation in the form of quadratic equation. Okay. John and Jeevanti. Together means plus or minus. Together, John and Jeevanti together means it is plus. John and Jeevanti. John and Jeevanti together. Together means plus. John plus Jeevanti. Together. How many marbles? Both how many marbles? 45 marbles. But John and Jeevanti is the present situation. You can take anyone as X. It may be John marble as X or Jeevanti as X. Okay. Present situation, some 45 is there, but individually no problem. For this reason, we have to consider let John marble X. John having how many marbles? X marbles. John having how many marbles? X marbles. Let John having how many marbles? X marbles. John plus Jeevanti together having how many marbles? 45 marbles. Together means it is plus. Together means plus. John marble is X plus Jeevanti Kotila, no problem, is equal to how much? 45. Plus X becomes minus X. Jeevanti is equal to 45 minus X marbles. 45 minus X marble. Therefore, John marble is X. ಜೀವಂತಿ ಮಾರ್ಬಲ್ ಇಸ್ 45 minus x. ಸರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಈಗ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ತಗ 30 rupees ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಬೋತ್ 30 rupees, 10 plus 30. ಸಾರಿ, ಇಬ್ರು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, x plus 1 ಯಾವುದು x y 30 rupees ಇದೆ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಒಬ್ರು ತಗ 10 ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ತಗ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ? ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಬ್ರು ತಗ 30 ಇದೆ, both having 30 rupees. If someone have one person have 10 rupees means remaining amount belongs to another, it is 20. How it is possible? 30 minus 10. 30 minus 10 as it is here. The marble both having how many marbles? X marbles. John and Jeevanti having how many marbles? 45 marbles. I am going to consider John. Let John having how many marbles? X marbles. Gurudu namge present values gottilla, no problem. Present John marble having present how many marbles? X marbles. How many marbles? X marbles. Okay, here let John is equal to x and Jeevanti is 45 minus x. John and Jeevanti 45 minus x. 45 minus x. Okay, the product of these marbles when in the total John this ಆಗ್ತದೆ x, Jeevanti 45 minus x. Okay, some students asking John and Jeevanti. John x ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, Jeevanti y ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. John x and Jeevanti y is equal to 45 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, John plus Jeevanti. Yes, okay. But now this equation John plus Jeevanti, we are not able to solve this equation directly. This situation we should convert. We should convert in the form of quadratic equation. For this reason we have to convert entire situation in one variable. We should convert one variable. John is x, Jeevanti is y. But this situation we should convert in quadratic equation, then only we are able to solve. For this reason we have to consider entire situation in one variable. For this reason John is considered as x, Jeevanti is considered as 45 minus x. Then the both situation becomes in one variable. For this reason we have to convert situation in one variable. Here variable after this becomes two variable, x and y. Okay, John having how many marbles? X marbles. John having how many marbles? X marbles. John x ide, Jeevanti ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 45 minus x. Okay, both will lose how many marbles? 5 marbles. Loss means plus or minus. Plus or minus, it is minus. Loss means minus. Present situation ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? x ಇದೆ. How many? 5 means x minus 5. X minus 5. Present in present. Okay, present situation. John having how many marbles? X minus 5, because both will lose 5 marbles. X minus 5. Jeevanti, how many marbles? 45 minus x. In that 45 minus x, again she lose how many marbles? Again 5 marbles. Illu John kuda 5 marbles loss ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, Jeevanti kuda 5 marbles loss ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Present situation, John having how many marbles? X. Jeevanti 45 minus x. In what basis you telling 45 minus x? Both together having 45 means if it is x means 45 minus x. John plus Jeevanti. John value is x plus Jeevanti as it is equal to 45 plus x becomes minus x. Therefore Jeevanti is equal to how much? 45 minus x. 45 minus x. Okay, in that 45 minus x, both will lose 5 marbles. Lose means it is minus x minus 5, and 45 minus x, Jeevanti having 45 minus again means minus 5. Lose minus 5 means minus 5. Therefore John is equal to how much? X minus 5, and Jeevanti is equal to 45 minus 5. 45 minus 5 is how much? 40 minus x. In now present situation, John having how many marbles? X minus 5 marbles, and Jeevanti having how many marbles? 40 minus x. 40 minus x. The product of these two marbles, the product of when after losing 5. Starting situation product ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರ. After losing 5 marbles, the product of both the marbles is how much? 124. Present situation, John marble is x minus 5, Jeevanti is 40 minus x. The product means multiplication is equal to how much? 124 is equal to how much? 124. Then we have to simplify. 40 into x, 40x plus into minus minus x into x square plus into minus minus 5 to 40 is 200 minus into minus plus 5x is equal to 124 is equal to how much 124 is equal to how much 124 is equal to how much 124. Then LHS R, this is LHS RHS part, minus x square becomes plus x square. Okay, plus 40x becomes minus 40x, plus 5x becomes minus 5x, plus 40x becomes 40x, plus 40x plus 5x, direct 45x, no problem. 40x plus 5x, 45x, plus 45 becomes minus 45x, minus 45x, then minus 200 becomes plus 200, 124 value, it did not change, same as it is, plus 124 is equal to 0. Therefore, x square minus 45x plus 200 plus 124 is how much? 324 is equal to 0. Now, it is in the form of quadratic equation. Now, it is in the form of quadratic equation. Now, it is in the form of quadratic equation. Now, it is in the form of quadratic equation. Then, we are able to find the value of John and G1 with the help of factorization or with the help of quadratic equation formula or with the help of computing the square method. The entire situation is converted in the form of quadratic equation. Entire situation is converted in the form of quadratic equation. Entire situation is converted in the form of quadratic equation. Then we are able to solve this equation with the help of any method or factorization or formula completing the square. Okay. First John and G1 having 45 marbles together. Together means plus. What is the exact marble John having? Exact marble G1 having? We don't know. For this reason, John let G1 let G1 is x to reverse circle, no problem. Let John having how many marbles? X marbles. Therefore, x means G1 means John plus G1 is equal to 45. John having x marbles means it is 45 minus x. Okay. Both will lose 5 marbles means John having x marbles lose 5 means x minus 5. Then G1 45 minus x. Again 5 lose means 45 minus x minus 5. Therefore, x minus 5 as it is 45 minus 5 is 40 minus x. The product of these John and G1 marble is how much? 124. When it is product is when we have to apply product means after losing 5. Now after losing 5 marbles, the product of John and G1 marble now is 124. For this reason, x minus 5 into 40 minus x is equal to how much? 124. After simplification, the entire situation in the form of quadratic equation. X square minus 45x plus 324 is equal to 0. Plus 324 is equal to 0. Okay. Another one example is this. Then we have to solve this example next class.